Man, you come straight out of a comic. We are talking about Agatha All Along. The new Marvel series just dropped this week. We had 2 episodes.
Had to put the hat on, cuz. We about to get witchy in this bitch. Y'all, let's go.
Hold on.
Why is it so small?
Don't worry about my hat.
That had little as shit, bro.
Hey, my head's just big. Y'all don't worry about the wrong damn thing in this mother.
This nigga got the dunce cap on.
He looks like Damon Wayans from Men on Film.
Hated it. Hey.
Welcome to Straight Out of a Comic Book.
Straight Out of a Comic Book. How did you fellas like Agatha?
Hated it.
Let me take this one off. Man, it squeezed the side of my head so hard, cuz. Let me take this one. Woo, that's wild. Yo,
but fellas, we talking about Agatha All Along. They dropped 2 episodes for us. So I want to start off with you, Clint. I want to get your first initial reaction to the first 2 episodes, because I know if you were a little bit hestant in watching Agatha All Along. So tell me your first reactions.
Yeah, I said this on Straight Out of Comic Book. I said, look, I'm gonna be real, right? Like, I don't care about an Agatha series, right? Like, I'm not really locked in or dialed in to what she's doing in the grand scheme of things at the MCU, just because I just don't care. But then I watched the show and I'm like, okay, now you got me to care, right? And the reason why you got me to care is because, you know, they start off the series almost the same way they start off WandaVision, right? Like, it's almost like, they start off WandaVision in the 60s, blah, 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 60s television series. And they do the same thing in what is it, mid-2000s crime series? I forget the one that they did, but long story short, it's like, okay, Agatha's still in the hex and blah, 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 blah. And then on top of that, then to shift and have some kid come along and break you out of that. Not only does he break you out of that, we have a mysterious thing behind this kid. You don't know who the fuck he is, but I guess we can speculate. My thing is, there was enough things in this episode that made me say, okay, you got my attention. And also what Marvel or Disney did, which was a smart thing, right? Release the first 2 episodes. Let me dive into it. Sometimes you can't get the first episode and understand what's actually going on. But by the time I got to the second episode, I'm like, all right, we going down the witches road. I know what the witches road is for. She got her team of witches. Now take me on a journey. So that fully interested me in what's going on with Agatha. So I will say that is, if Disney, that's good storytelling. Because again, remember, I think a couple months ago, Echo dropped. I still have not finished it because I don't care. You know what I'm saying? But I do care about this. I'm locked in.
Yeah, that's understandable.
That did not drop a few months ago. That dropped over a year ago. That was a while.
It came out January this year, didn't it?
I thought that was last year, or do it just feel like last year? I thought that came
out. That's how much I don't give a fuck. I don't even care to look. Normally, I would look it up to see when it came out. I don't even care to look it up.
You don't have to. It started off good, then it was just like
I was out on it after about the 3rd episode. I was out on it. I was out of it. I was out on it.
You're like, wow, I've never seen someone nosedive a show like that. I've never seen someone just go, you know what?
It's over.
And straight down.
I've never seen that before.
I have.
And I was like, wow, it is the first time for everything. Deonne, let me ask you, with all of the talk that's been going on about potentially having the Scarlet Witch return, and even the actress Elizabeth Olsen saying that she would love to come back, and she's even made the quote of begging to keep Scarlet Witch alive, to keep that window open how do you feel about in the opening moments of seeing what appeared to be the Scarlet Witch as the corpse in Agatha all along, and what does that lead, and what does that give you as far as what could be in the future for Scarlet Witch?
Well, after hearing her say all of that, I'm hoping that's not like a Tony Stark sort of vision of the fall of the Avengers sort of thing. You know what I mean? Because I think Agatha is opening that door for more of the mystical magic sort of stuff of the MCU, and I don't think you can tell that story fully if we do like kill off Scarlet Witch, right? But no, I see that path sort of, and so similar to like Clint said, that interest is there because it's like WandaVision, because I don't know what's really to expect. You know what I mean? But no, I'm hoping that she comes back for that. I'm fingers crossed that she does, because I will say this: I thought WandaVision was probably one of the better MCU shows, because for the first
no doubt about it, no doubt about it, no doubt about it.
4 episodes, you had no clue what was going on, and this is how I feel a bit in this one, even though we know the course of action that they're taking. But yeah, this is that door opening up the magic sort of part of MCU, and having Scarlet Witch there. I don't know if is she still a big bad or a villain, or is she sort of somewhere in between? But no, that's the little feel I got from that scene, at least.
Yeah, and I still, even in watching it, felt like I don't think that was necessarily her. I think that was just the hints of what was trying to be told of like, hey, she's no longer here. You have a chance to get.
So now
out
you can do this. Yeah,
you have a chance to get out of it. So, Doc, let me ask you, because even talking about that, and then just as I was watching this, it kind of seems like the roles have reversed from the comic book, because for Agatha, first off, it was more of a older, maternal looking woman. She made her debut in the Fantastic Four, but there's not a lot that's told about her in the comic books, like as far as being like a guide for Scarlet Witch on the Witch's Road, and to flip it to where now it's her taking her path. With this is kind of like a new character that we get to really see Agatha becoming to her own. So I just want to know, even to what Deonne just even said about Scarlet Witch, do you think we might get the same thing with Agatha? Does she remain this infamous witch that everybody knows, everybody doesn't like, or do we get some kind of redemption arc as we see her travel down the Witch's Road?
Well, I'm gonna say this: some people may want that redemption for her because she is an infamous, known witch around the world, you know, because she had the Darkhold, you know what I'm saying, and she was just a bad witch, you know what I'm saying, like Lila said, you're the reason why people think we eat babies and poison apples, you know what I'm saying, it's because of your actions. Now, you know, Marvel is good about flipping characters, you know, they can one minute you can be evil, the next minute you saving the universe, everybody in the movie theater clapping.
Loki is the prime example of that. He is a hero now. We love Loki now.
Yeah, so I mean, they can easily flip her like that. But let me tell you something, man. Agatha still got that evil in her, bro. She still wants she wants that power. And who knows when they get to the end of Witch's Road if she don't turn on them like she's always done. And you spoke on it earlier. When Agatha first came out, Agatha was the nanny for the Scarlet Witch. You know what I'm saying? Agatha is about, you know what I'm saying, 350 years old, which I'm surprised she still is not as powerful as Wanda. You know what I'm saying? That's what's weird to me. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I think my bad.
Oh no, go ahead.
No, my bad. No, my bad. No, finish with your thought. My bad.
No, I was gonna say, considering the fact she was on trial when she was 18 in like 1693. You know what I'm saying? You would think she would have, like, her training would have been much better, and she would be way stronger than this new baby witch. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be mind blowing when we get to the end of this to see how they turn it, how they flip it.
I think that one thing with the Scarlet Witch, don't forget it was destined for that to happen, right? Like Chthon, had already, like predicted this whenever Chthon was around or whatever like that, right? If I'm not mistaken, I believe that she was never going to be as powerful as the Scarlet Witch, just because again this was destiny and this is things manifesting itself. But what I do think when it comes to Agatha is I think she's going to be more powerful once she walks down the witch's road, because this is not, apparently this is not an easy road. Like, this is not, people have died on this road. This is not this ain't a cakewalk.
Trials, yeah.
You think she's gonna be more powerful even though she's not gonna have the dark hole? Because remember, the dark hole got burned up. You feel it ain't existing no more.
What is it? Is it not existent in 616? Because it probably
no. It burned everywhere.
Yeah, it burned everywhere. It burned everywhere.
Yeah.
Remember, she walked in the library and it was like, "Hey, what was right here?" The whole shit burned up. Like, it's gone.
Yeah. But if I'm being honest too, I think the dark hole is what held Agatha back. I think that was the thing of her not really tapping into a power. Because if you think about it, it's like having this. If you've had this dope ass weapon that all you have to do is wield it around, like, you don't really potentially try to expand on your powers. And then another thing too, the dark hole was not meant for her. It's meant for the Scarlet Witch. It is literally the source of her power. That's why when she died, the whole thing was erased. Right. So I think, to Clint's point, as she does walk down this witch's road, she will finally get to see like the potential of the power that she could possess without being crippled by the dark hole.
Right.
Well, it'll be, like I said, it'll be interesting to see once they get to the end of the road if she flip on them or if she become, because the way she was baiting them in after they finished singing that song and she was trying to get them sparks up out of them, the way she was baiting them in, who knows, she won't
hit me, you bitches. It's like, oh shit.
I think she's gonna forever be a villain, though. I don't think there's gonna be a change at the end. There's no redemption for her. There's no, I think Loki's the only one who's gotten that right out of the villain arcs for Marvel, right? Or at least the most notable one. I don't think she gets it, man. You still need that villain somewhere, and I hope that leads into some Midnight Sun action down the road, because this could be
and that was gonna be my question to y'all. With her being a part of that and connected to this powerful magic, do y'all potentially see a connection here that leads to maybe the Midnight Suns or even Doctor Strange on this series?
Man, to lead to the Midnight Suns, some shit got. I apologize, man. I'll be cussing. My bad. stuff is gonna have to change. They're gonna have to find a blade, and they're gonna have to find another Hannibal King, and they gotta put together a lot of pieces, bro.
Well, not necessarily, because if you think about it, a lot of the pieces are there depending on which Midnight Suns you go with. So, like, if you go with the current ones, Wong has already been shown. Man thing has already been shown, and then with
man, I'm immature. I'm sorry.
I get it. I get it.
I'm sorry. I'm immature, man.
We've talked about. We've talked about.
I'm sorry, man. I'm immature.
That's a wild name in today's world.
It really is.
Man thing is wild. Yeah, but
it really is.
But to Aubrey Plaza's character, who is technically a Green Witch, she can control Man Thing. So we have that, and then Elsa Bloodstone is also a part of Midnight Suns, which we've already seen her before. So, and Doctor Strange, and then so the only ones we really have not seen yet is Blade, Ghost Rider.
Ghost Rider is a part of it too, right?
And Scarlet, and then Scarlet Spider. But again, too, with the MCU, that isn't that hard to just adapt. Tom Holland.
I think we did see. Did we not see the Scarlet Spider and Madam Web or whatever?
That we don't know.
Who watched, man? What the fuck is this, man?
None of you watched it.
Why would you bring that up?
Yes,
why would I
didn't say it was good. I just asked if y'all watched it.
It was what?
I didn't say it was good. I just asked if y'all watched.
Oh, I thought you said it was good.
Oh, hell no.
Can I ask a question? Why would you ask me to subject myself to such poison and bullshit on my screen? I'm a grown ass man. I got kids, dog. Right? My time is valuable. You see it says daddy. I'm a daddy. All right.
Look, don't put what? An hour or an hour and a half of your time in to watch that.
No, it's like 3 hours. It's like 3 hours because you gotta not even that. You gotta leave your house. You gotta go to the theater. You gotta order food and snacks and shit. You gotta sit through the regular previews. Then you gotta sit through the movie. This ain't real MCU shit, so they don't have an after scene. Yeah. And then you gotta drive home.
Well, they did have an after scene though, but
see, and you wait.
I wouldn't even know.
You went through the movie because I thought we was gonna talk about it. You know what I'm saying?
We're not. Nah, man. I thought
we was gonna talk about
that shit ain't on. That shit ain't on the rundown. That ain't on the sheet that I got.
I'm talking about All-Star Fandom. I thought we was gonna talk about it. He was like, no, I ain't watching. I was like,
this ain't even.
I said I never will.
I'm telling you right now, if y'all talk about Madam Web, I'm leaving the studio. No doubt about it.
Did y'all ever see that movie, The Menu, that came out?
Yeah. Did
With
you
Ralph
watch it?
Fiennes?
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
So, Doc, you know that part where John Leguizamo got up and he said, "Why am I here?" He was like, "Cuz calling Dr. Sunshine," and he was like, "I'm gonna kill you just because I went watch that movie on the one day I had off." And that was the worst movie I ever seen. That's how I feel about Madam Web. If I had a restaurant, I'm finna burn and kill everybody. The director is sitting there. I don't even have to explain to you. You know what you did.
That was some cold. That was cold shit. If y'all ain't check, man, y'all check that movie out, man.
The Menu is so good.
That
if you
movie
have not
is dope.
seen it, The Menu is so good. It's on Amazon right now.
Yeah, it's dope.
So one thing I do want to, but back to the one thing I did want to get into was this mysterious teen, as he's been quoted as, and just what he's been doing in this show. So the one thing I want to ask, we've seen when he's talked, his mouth is covered. And then also when Agatha asked him, "Hey, where are you from?" and he starts talking and it lowers down, she's snapping the fingers, turning up the music, and it's clearly she doesn't know. And so the theory that is going around potentially is that might be a reincarnation of her son, Nicholas Scratch. And as you know, we saw the trophy on there. We know in some cases that she may have sacrificed her son, as it was hinted to by one of the other witches in the second episode, Jennifer Kale. So I want to ask y'all, though, in your theory, who do you think this kid is?
I ain't gonna lie. I think he might either be her son, or I ain't gonna lie, man. You know, shout out to my man Eric Voss. He might be Mephisto.
I'll give a shit what nobody say. That's him. If you watch his mouth, he's saying it. Like if you really look at it, he's saying Mephisto. Like and I watched right here on the
he might be.
And I called myself trying to lip read when he was talking. I was like, wait a minute. But when they kept putting this shit on him, I was like, wait, hold on.
Didn't we have some theories of Mephisto in WandaVision too? I felt like that was
yes, we did. I'm just jumping off. I'm just jumping off the train. I don't think it's Mephisto.
I'm staying on that train. It's gonna be right eventually. So
But if you think about it though, because if we think about it, let's look at one of the big things they were talking about, being bound. So like Agatha is bound because she has no powers. Jennifer Kale is bound for like over 100 years. I could see something happening where Mephisto became bound by something and has inherited into this kid to help walk the road to release him. And so that's why I was like, I could see that.
I could see that too.
And then don't forget, this kid said, like, I've been studying you for a long time. Like I've known you for a long. I know everything about you. You know what I'm saying? Like you are
amount of information about you.
Right, exactly. You know, so I think that the kid maybe, but I think Marvel did a really good job at really like hiding this kid's character, right? Because once he said who he was, or once he said, I thought they were going to reveal it in the first or second episode. But the fact that y'all are even when like, and I love Agatha's awareness of the fact that he got a spell on him.
Yeah,
there is like the question is who cast the spell. Why did they cast the spell? And who is this kid? And why is he so important to the MCU? Or why is he so important to the show?
And why is he so eager to get
to help her?
Help her and help himself get to the end of the road? Because even the reasoning he gave didn't make a lot of sense. And even like what she said, you're a kid that broke the Scarlet Witch's spell.
Thank you. I was gonna say that. I was like, he has to be some type of powerful. Because how would he even know what to say to break that spell over Agatha? You feel me?
Exactly.
That was casted by the Scarlet Witch, who ensnared a whole entire town, bro. Like, that's wild. Had everybody thinking that this is wild.
They were living better though, man.
And I like the fact that I like the cameos that came back. I like my man, the police chief. I like the black guy who's the neighbor. You know what I mean? Like, and that, first of all, shout out to that black man. No matter what's going on with the witchcraft, that motherfucker mind his business.
He minded it.
He mind his business.
He mind his business.
He minds his business. He don't care about the dark hole. He don't care about the Book of Ashanti.
No, man, none of that.
Don't give a fuck about none of that. Only thing he cares about is, Hey man, Wanda, just don't come over on this. I mean,
don't
come over
mess
here.
up my hedges, man. That's all I'm asking.
You know what I'm saying?
These hedges. Yeah, but even too, like rewatching it, like going back and then, like you said, shout out to new rock stars, always coming through with a lot of the details and research and stuff. But like even rewatching it, and one thing that I really like is the small details that they did have in these 2 episodes. Like I know a lot of people were expecting to have a lot more given in, that a lot of people were kind of tripping about the pace, which is why, it doesn't have the greatest reviews for the first 2 episodes, but I love the little details that was given because seeing him behind the yellow tape and knowing that, hey, she's still under a spell. It's like, yo, he's still behind his yard.
Yep.
He's behind those hedges. Even when he first greets her, he says, hey, neighbor.
Yep.
And when you start thinking about it, if she's crazy and she's just walking out doing this stuff and been doing it, that's the first thing he's going to say when she comes out and starts acting like this. The same thing with the librarian, the same thing with the police chief. It's like, wow, you start seeing the layers of like how this spell really works.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, you didn't even really leave your house. So you've been stuck in here, and even the way of how they were talking about eating, like with the donuts and everything like that, I can see like, oh, these people dropping this off to you, so you do survive.
But
so
how wild is that the neighborhood still took care of her?
Yeah.
How wild is that, bro?
And
like
that
they still in Westview and they still taking care of her.
And
like
she's
for 3 years.
Shit. She was like, how long I've been here?
She built a car behind the desk and shit. Like she really was in there driving. Think she going with them 2 Fruit Loop boxes on the floor. She really thought she was driving this shit. Like that's wild. And the whole community taking care of her though.
And shout out to Catherine Hahn because her comedic timing in
this. It is, bro.
Oh my God.
Yes, it is.
Good. So good. So one thing I want to ask you, and I'm gonna ask you, Deonne. We saw what's being called the Salem 7. Now in the comic books, it's a little bit different because her actual son, that's his kids. But it seems that these have been changed into a different aspect of it and seem like it's kind of a hit squad. Now I want to know from you, do you see them kind of trying to find a middle ground where her son is still connected, or are they coming with something new? And then what do you expect to see from the Salem 7?
I think Marvel has changed a lot, right? They've changed a lot of things just to sort of keep us on our toes and stuff like that. I think they'll find at least from what we're seeing so far, there'll be some sort of balance between what we know and what they're trying to do. Because obviously we have years and decades full of resources to be like, okay, this is how this truly is supposed to go. But that wouldn't be really fun TV show to watch most times if we knew everything that was unexpected. So I think a few twists and turns in there are going to be, because how many episodes is this going to be for this season?
Probably going to be 6 episodes.
I don't know if it's 6 or 8. They haven't revealed.
So they said the last episode is supposed to come on Halloween. So
that's right.
They gave us 2. I think it's probably going to be somewhere around 8. I think it's about 8. Because I think they might be releasing 7 and 8
at 9
the same
episodes.
time.
They're going to have 9 episodes.
Okay, so then like you said, Clint, it may be 8 or 9 that get released.
But no, I think it'll change up enough. But just seeing what this comes, I will admit, this part of Marvel Universe, I am not fully familiar with. So this is a new journey that I'm going on too with it. I think that's why I enjoyed WandaVision so much too, because I was like, I have no clue what's happening on that one. So same here for me. I'm honestly just enjoying the ride on this one, Will. I didn't do any back research for it because I was like, I don't want to spoil it if they do change something or keep something. But it feels very, I don't know, man. It felt very Wizard of Oz like a little bit too.
Yeah.
I was
gonna say it kind of felt like Wicked to me. It felt kind of like Wicked to me. You know what I'm saying?
No, I agree. I mean, think about it. When you say Wizard of Oz, I mean, like they copied it, damn near word for, I mean, look, it's like you got the Dorothy, Scarecrow, a 4.
She even named her familiar when she said this is my familiar Toto.
Yeah, Toto. Even like how they talked about like with the yellow tape and it was running around through the intro. That's the yellow brick road.
Yeah,
right.
And even still, your man's had the yellow flowers. You know what I'm saying?
It's all the hints of that because it did look like the stuff from Munchkin Land when he was right there. And it's just like, if he'd have dressed up like one of the guards, oh my God, the Emerald City, he looked like he'd be one.
He would. Hey, but
I'm not gonna lie. I'm really excited to see what's on the Witch's Road. That's what I want to see. I'm really excited to see what's on this road. How is this? And somebody has to die. Somebody has to die.
Go ahead. It's gonna be the one that's not the witch. The one that was doing this when I was singing.
Miss Hart.
Miss Hart. Hey, she out of there. I think the next episode she gone.
I'm gonna tell you exactly who's out of here. We don't come on, y'all. Like this, we know how this works. You know who's going to be gone first. Oh, the one that looked like us. Sissy is out of here.
I think she's out of here. They need her. I think they need her more.
Yeah.
For the Witch's Road.
You always need black women, but we know what they do in these movies. Let's be real. You know what?
I don't know.
Because with her, when she first saw them witches coming downstairs, she was like, "Oh hell no!" She was the second one down the stairs. No, she might not go first. I don't know.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like what I like about a lot of them outside, because the one I thought was going to be the Blood Witch, the one that's connected to old girl, Asian chick. Because the rest of them, they know who she is, so they not finna fall for her BS. Yeah. And I can see like for Jennifer, especially like for Jennifer Kale, you survived without powers for 100 years.
Yeah.
So you're not, and we've seen like even when Teen brought out like the trouble that she was in, we could tell you're a survivor.
Yep.
So I don't necessarily think she might be the first one to go. I mean, she might get the axe, but I don't know, bro. Like these witches have shown that they tough.
Bro, I get it. But we have seen horror over the years, dog. Who always dies? We've seen this movie over.
Busta Rhymes didn't die first.
Yeah, LL Cool J didn't die first either.
No.
Well, that guy giving Jason that 2-piece on the rooftop got his head knocked off. So
first off, hold on.
All right, now, so we're naming big time celebrities. Kelly Rowland didn't die first. LL Cool J and Busta Rhymes. I mean, come on, man.
Wait a minute. Big time celebrity. Kelly Rowland. Wait. On some music shit for a second. Kelly Rowland is an important piece to arguably one of the greatest girl bands of all time. Ever. You can't tell the story of music without Kelly Rowland.
You can't tell the story of Destiny Child or Beyonce without Kelly Rowland.
That's it.
Okay. I just want to confirm. No hating. I'm just confirming. Like where are we with that?
She's a star. Hey,
why you doing like that, yo?
And she's bigger. She's bigger in UK. People don't know that. She's way bigger in the UK than she is here.
So for Michelle, y'all are just like, we can.
Can we get back to? Can we get back to Agatha all along? Nope.
Yeah.
We're not
the Witch's Road.
Get canceled. We're not finna get canceled. Hey, we love all the members of
we
Destiny.
All of
them.
OG,
even the
every last one.
Every one of them.
Every last one. Even the two that didn't make it.
All of them. All of them. Yeah.
But now, so I want to know. Let's talk about it. Aubrey Plaza's character.
First of all, I'm not into white girls, but she fine.
Okay. Well, she's mixed, so she's Spanish and white.
Okay.
So,
what do you mean Spanish? Like Puerto Rican, Dominican?
No, like Spanish, like
Spain.
Like Spain.
Spain.
Then Spain is white. Last I checked, right? Didn't Spain the conquistadors? That's white. That's they're responsible for slavery.
Get them that.
That's white.
Okay.
That's white. She's white. She's fine.
Well, we did find out that Taz was white this week though too. So,
bro,
yeah, she's white. But she's fine.
She's fine. Yeah. I also don't dip in the snow, but I was like, listen,
she fine.
I'll go skiing on that slope for a night.
Yeah, she fine. She fine. She was fine in the White Lotus too. She fine.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
and she 40, and you know how them snow bunnies age. I'm like,
yeah, well, she's aging gracefully.
You look great for 40.
She fine. Yeah. She's fine.
But I want to know between y'all, what do you think is the relationship between these two? Because at first it seemed like someone that may have just had like a little bit of beef, but also someone that wanted to make sure of her getting out of this spell, but then right after she does, tries to kill her.
They was in a relationship.
That's what I'm assuming.
They were in a relationship and something happened between them. And like, old girls, I got a black heart now. That's why she ate that paper when the boy was like, hey, there's one more name on that paper, yo. It was one of the more symbol, like the whole like it was a black heart. Shit, and the context clues are there. But they was in a relationship. I don't know what happened. That's why I'm interested to see what happens and why she really didn't want her to go on Witch's Road with her. Because how do you know she wasn't on Witch's Road with her the first time when she traveled that mother and then turned on her?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Deonne, what are your thoughts on Aubrey Plaza's character, Rhea Vidal?
No, pick that up the same from Doc. And I knew her from Parks and Rec. She was April Ludgate on that one. So she's been in the business for a while. But no, I think we can pick up those same undertones of like, okay, there was something between those two, maybe relationship-wise, but I think that'll unravel as we go down the road too. Mm-hmm. Again, man, I'm on this ride and I'm just going with it, man. I have no assumptions.
Here's what I got. They have to have serious beef, and do you know why? Because whatever happened, you got to realize for this woman, every time she see Agatha, it's on sight.
On sight, bro.
It's on sight, dog. Like I mean,
no question. She blew the whole door off. Like
it's on sight, bro. So it's like you know, when it's on sight with somebody, this is for real. And this got to go back 400 years. Yeah. Like it's been on sight since slavery.
Yeah.
It's been on site since slavery, no doubt about it.
That's
and then for her to like when she said that you can't kill me, which I was lost on that part. Will, maybe you can fill me in why she can't kill her. And then she told her if I give you my power, then I can kill you. But then Agatha says, well, if you give me your power, you know that will kill me. So maybe you can fill me in on that.
I think what it is they're bound together and stuff. So I think that's what it is. So I think it's in the sense of think of like yin and yang. I think something happened between them to where they're bound by each other to where it's like I can't hurt you, you can't hurt me. But I think Aubrey also may have the same power as Agatha. Like if she's attacked, she can absorb powers.
That's why she healed her when she licked her.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think the two of them are intertwined even more than just a relationship like of being together. I think it's even more bound throughout that. And then too, though, like we said, a lot of this stuff is containment and binding. Yeah. So it's even too where I even start thinking of how big of a character is she? Because we also know like you know, to y'all point, they've been around for centuries now. And even though she goes by Rhea Vidal, who's to say who she was prior to that and who's being bound within her? Because just like I think the team may be Mephisto, Aubrey Plaza's character could potentially be Lilith. Bound in this human form.
Bound in the human form. Yep. You're right.
So it's just it's a lot of stuff that I'm seeing in it, and especially like with a lot of the stuff she can do that moves amongst that. Because like y'all said, even too, Doc, to your point of like, why isn't Agatha as strong as Scarlet? Looking at Rio, it's like, yo, how were you able to get into this hex and be able to get into her vision like that, and then help her break through it too? So you must be something powerful. Even in seeing some of the previews, she sneaks into the witch's road. Yeah. So it's like, yo, you have to be something powerful to be able to do that. And I think just as like y'all said, the more we get down the road, I think the more, of course, we're going to start finding out all of this stuff. But it is getting very interesting just with these 2 episodes alone. And just like to Deonne's point, I'm so glad to be in this seat to see what happens. The one thing I don't fucking like is that the shit starts at 6 p.m.
Yeah,
I don't like that shit. This is not cable television, all right? I don't like seeing that the episode there and I can't play it till 6 o'clock. Yeah, that's some bullshit.
They've done that.
Actually, before, no. I'm better. No, I'm happy. I'm more happier about that than wait a minute. Oh, so wait a minute. It comes out at midnight on Wednesday. Wait a minute, hold on. So you can see it on Wednesday at midnight, but you can't access it till 6 o'clock p.m. that evening. Now that is bullshit. But Disney fix it. That is bullshit. But I understand why. Why. Like they want to create like, all right, 6 p.m. people are sitting in front of the TV.
They want it like cable, like back in the day.
No, we found that. Actually, it's not that. So I actually found out what it is. It's actually not that. The reason why they do that now is to give people a chance to check it out, so there's no spoilers given. Because we've had so many people watch it at midnight, and then by the time you wake up at 6 a.m., they've spoiled the whole show.
Yeah.
We've seen pictures, we see stuff that's out before people really get a chance to view it.
Yeah.
So that's why they did that. Yeah, and that's why they even did that with like what we'll be talking about later, which is the Penguin. So that's the biggest reason why they moved into it. But we're gonna get into that in a little bit. But I want to, shake things up. Hopefully y'all are all checking out Agatha All Along. It drops every Wednesday, 6 p.m. As we said, we got
6 p.m. West Coast time, 9 p.m. East Coast time.
Yes, indeed. Thank you. Appreciate that. Yes. And then, of course, the last episode will premiere on Halloween. So you already know that's going to be one banger of a episode.
Yeah.